Hello, team. Today's challenge is the sorted array challenge, where we have to figure out if an array is ascending, descending, or not sorted at all. My preferred way to do this is very high level, testing against the array itself. We could go through and test each individual element within the array. That seems like a lot of extra work when we could just test the whole array in one go. So that's what we're going to try and do. Right over here, we do need to figure out the direction though. And for that, we need to look inside the array. So this is one of the few times where we do that. We're going to go dir for direction. We're going to set that equal to if the array at 0.0, so the 0 indexed, okay, is, what is it, less than array dot at -1. And this is why I like using at, because I don't have to do any tricky math to get there. At -1 gives us the last array index. So if the first array index, the first value of the array is less than the last value of the array, then we know it's ascending. Otherwise, it must be descending. We're going to assume right away that it is sorted, okay? Which is kind of weird, but it works, okay? So right here, question mark, this is going to be ascending. Hopefully I spelled that right. And this one is going to be descending, just like this. Double checking my spelling, absolutely right. It feels funny, the S and the C, but here we go. Okay, so we've figured out if it's ascending or descending. Now we need to make sure that it's actually sorted, okay? Because if it's not sorted, it doesn't matter, okay? And we do that using another ternary. So here, what we do is we're actually going to sort it again. But we're going to sort it based on whether it's already ascending or descending, okay? And what that looks like is if the dir equals ascending, we can actually just go and copy and paste that really fast, okay? Like this, then we're going to sort it one way. Otherwise, we're going to sort it another way, okay? Because we need to be able to flip that back and forth, right? So right here, this is going to be the array, but, well, I can type it in here just so you can see it. Sort A, B, pretty traditional stuff. That is going to be an arrow function that is A minus B, okay? And we kind of do the same thing right down here, but we switch it to the if, and we switch this to B minus A, okay? Get my spacing right. There's a problem here, and it's something that I was about to talk about, and now I'm going to, okay? Sort is an inline replacement. So when you sort, I'm actually changing the array argument, which means that when I compare it later, I'll have changed my argument. I'll have changed the thing that I want to test against, and I don't want to do that. I want a brand new array. There are plenty of ways to do that. The easiest for us, though, is to add a spread, okay? So we spread that into a new array, which is perfect. So now what we've done is we've determined if it's ascending or descending, and now we've sorted based on whether it's ascending or descending, okay? We've gotten a brand new array that we can use to test against. And the only thing left is to kick it out the door with that return statement, okay? So down here, we have that sorted, okay? Testing different arrays, kind of tricky. In this case, we're just testing numbers. So really simple, we'll just go toString, okay? ToString calls join behind the scenes with a comma. So if you wanted to use join comma, you absolutely can. That works too, okay? Right here, we're going to test that against array.toString, okay? The only key here is that it should be consistent, so don't join on commas and then join on semicolons. Obviously, hopefully obvious, okay? And a final ternary for the win. If these things are equal, then all we need to do is return whether it was ascending or descending, which is our direction, okay? If they are not equal, then we send not sorted, okay? At this point, it works. Okay, we had to jump through a few hoops, and there are 3 conditionals in here, which I don't know. I'm trying to decide if there's an easier way, but for today's challenge, 3 conditionals gets it done, and we didn't have to do any sort of looping unless you count sorts as a loop, I guess, maybe, right? But only one, depending on whether it's ascending or descending, just to get that information and testing against it. Is there a better way? Did you find a different way? Something interesting? I want to see it because I feel like in my heart, I feel like there's a way that I can make this better. I haven't quite figured it out yet because it is the day of. Chances are in a week's time, I'll go, oh yeah, that thing. But for today, this is what I got. If you have a different one, share it in the comments. I do want to see them, okay? And I will see you tomorrow.